So yesterday we covered our basic geometric vocabulary. Today we are covering what we call the four geometric postulates. So four geometric postulates. I told you guys yesterday that geometry started with 1 point, 2 of them make a line, and 3 make a plane. So that's what geometry started with. These four geometric postulates are statements that we know to be true because we can kind of see them from the picture. So let's get started with a few ideas. First, let's take a look at this 1 point. If I have just this 1 point, how many lines can I draw through that 1 point? Alright, so for example, my line can go diagonally this way, or my line can go vertically this way, or I'll just keep turning my straight edge around. My line can also go this way, or this way. So how many different ways can you draw that line? The idea here is I can keep going forever. I can keep turning that ruler a tiny bit at a time and draw a new line. So the first postulate here is there are infinitely many lines that pass through 1 point. So the idea here is that if we only have 1 point, just the 1 point, we don't know which direction the line is going. So, and that brings us to our next part of this first postulate, is if I have 2 points, 1, 2, there's only one way I can draw one straight line through them, and that is this way. There is no other way to make that line. So, second part of that first postulate is there is exactly one unique line that passes through any 2 points. Alright. Next postulate, number 2. For the next postulate, if I take 2 lines and make them intersect each other, here's my first line, and it doesn't really matter which way I'm going. I'll make my second line go this way. If 2 lines cross each other, right here in the middle, we can make a point. I'll call this point P. So the second postulate tells us 2 lines intersect at exactly 1 point. And again, it's a postulate, you can kind of see it from the picture. There's no way I can make 2 completely straight lines cross each other more than once, cross twice, cross 3 times. 2 lines can only cross once, that's it. Third postulate. This is a trickier of the 4 postulates. So if I have this, here's my first plane. And this here, if I were to cross 2 planes, right? When 2 planes cross, and I know it's kind of hard to see when you're drawing in 2D, but when 2 planes cross, they make this, they cross that one line. Right? So 2 planes intersect at exactly one line. So another way of visualizing this picture, and let's see if I can draw this properly. Suppose we have a box. There we go. That's a box. So when you cross the wall and the ceiling, this edge, that entire edge part, is a line. So when you cross 2 planes, you make one line. And then our last postulate from before. If I have just 2 points, can I make a plane out of it? Connecting the dots. Connect the dots. Is that a flat surface? You can kind of see, no, that is just a line. If I were to add a 3rd point and connect it, now we have a flat surface. So our 4th postulate is you need 3 non-collinear, that's a key thing here, 3 non-collinear points make one unique plane. And there's your last geometric postulate. Now, why do we need 3 non-collinear points? Why can't it be linear points? So let me show you why. Over here, imagine these are my stamps. These stamps are points in a plane. If I have 3 of them arranged in a straight line, and here's my index card, my plane can be going this way, flat on them, it's touching the 3 points. But my plane can also be standing this way, it's still touching the 3 points, so that still works. Or my plane can be slightly slanted this way, again, still touching the 3 planes, that still works. So if it's 3 collinear points, you don't know which way the plane is going. However, if I make it 3 non-collinear points, my plane's sitting that way. There is no other way I can arrange that card to make it hit all points aside from my card laying down like that. So you need 3 non-collinear points to make a line. Alright, so that's all we covered Thursday. This was right. So let me put this away for now. So there's a 4 geometric postulates. That's all we covered Thursday. This goes with our vocabulary. What we mostly use this on. This one, just like with yesterday, we look at pictures and mostly dealing with this. If I cross lines and planes, what kind of pictures do we see? Point. Does it make a point? Does it make a line? Does it make a plane? This idea also ties with our next lesson, conditionals, or if-then statements. Here's a statement, is it true or false? That type of thing. Alright, and that is all.